so in this video, I'm going to do problem 14 from chapter 12. This is basically the same thing as 13, but at least it gives a little bit of practice, right? So we've got this firm, they got a new product. The fixed cost to begin the production of the product is $30,000. All right, so fixed cost, 30,000, and I'll make this a comma just so that it's nice and pretty and don't need all the decimal points. Okay. All right, so we got our fixed cost. The variable cost for the product is uniformly distributed between 16 and 24. All right, so my variable cost, and I'll put in the lower and upper, 16 to 24. Okay, the product will sell for $50 per unit. All right, so price, 50 bucks. Demand is best described by a normal probability distribution with a mean of 1,200 units and a standard deviation of 300. All right. So demand has a mean and a standard deviation. The mean was 1,200 and the standard deviation was 300. Okay. Develop a spreadsheet simulation similar to figure 12.6, which is the one we just did. Use 500 simulation trials to answer the following questions. All right, so let's set this up. So I tell you what, just let me move this over, and then that way I can start setting up everything right here. All right, so I usually like to start off with demand, and then I'll put, this one I just have my variable cost, and then my profit, right? So demand, again, normal distribution. So norm dot inverse, there it is. Hit OK. Again, the RAND, that's what's generating my probability. Mean is 1,200. Standard deviation is 300. And presto, you are done. Anchor, the mean, and the standard deviation. Okay, the variable cost. This follows a continuous uniform distribution bounded between 16 and 24. So we need to use that formula. So that formula is my lower bound plus my RAND function times the difference between my upper and lower bound. And there you go. And then I need to anchor, oops, I've got to anchor the bound, so I need to put an anchor, a dollar sign here, here, and here. Okay, and then my profit is just going to be my, I don't need to do that, I need to take my demand times my price minus my variable cost, and then subtract from that my fixed cost, which is right there. There you go, there's my profit. And then while I'm here, might as well anchor everything. Okay, so I don't want B9, I want B9 to flow with me, but B2, my price, that needs to be anchored. I want C9 to flow, or copy down, so I don't want to anchor that, but I do want to anchor my fixed cost, so there. All right, so now, this model is really easy because this is all we have is demand, variable, and then, our profit. So now we are ready to copy down. So hit copy. All right, and I'll just go down a little bit, 500. And that's okay, that's enough. You don't have to be exact with the number of simulations. That's not going to be a big deal, right? Again, it's that law of large numbers. Okay, so we have created our spreadsheet. So what is the mean profit for the simulation? Okay. Well, that's what all this is. So let me move this over for you. Now, obviously, in some of these questions, you don't have to calculate everything in here. But I would encourage you to get in the habit of always calculating the mean, the mean, standard deviation, min, max, number of losses, and probability of loss. Just because these are very standard. All right, but in this case, they're just asking us for A, what is the mean profit? All right, just get the average function. So average of the profits, shift n down, about $6,000. All right. What is the probability that the project will result in a loss? Okay, so now I need to do these two. So again, the count if function for the number of losses. There she is. Okay, my range is profit itself. And the criteria is anything less than 0. All right, so 184. What's the probability? Well, it's this number divided by the total number of my simulations. And the easiest way to do that is just to count how many simulations I ran. So I'll count that. I ran 693, which is fine. Hit OK. There, probability of loss is about 0.29. And then what is your recommendation concerning the introduction of the profit, or I'm sorry, of the product? Well, you know, the easy answer here is to say yes, I think you should do the introduce the product because my average profit is greater than 0. Yes, there is 29-30% chance that I could lose money, but I still on average I'm going to make money, so that's what I want. Now, and the reason I say that's the easy answer, but I do want you guys to understand that in your job or your business, a lot of firms will place requirements. Like the average profit has to be greater than say $10,000, right? Anything less than that, and you don't even worry about it, right? And then same here. Some firms put a maximum on the probability of loss. Like 30% for some firms might be too high, right? Because there is a 1 in 3 chance that this firm could lose money, and that maybe that's too high for them. So the point I'm trying to get at here is when they ask you about these recommendations. For our purposes, anytime the mean is greater than 0, recommend the project. But do be careful, because in the real world, firms will set standards on the mean and the probability of loss. Okay? All right, well, at any rate, there you go. There is problem 14.